In middleweight history, there has been a lot of great middleweights, but the middleweight of today is so much bigger and so much stronger than the middleweights of yesterday. I think that I would love to see him match his skills against a Marvin Hagler, Carlos Monzon, Sugar Ray Robinson, if Sugar Ray Robinson was a middleweight like he was a welterweight. Tony Zale would be one that I would have loved to see him match his skills with. Tranquility in Big Bear and the solitude here and the no distractions of town and no distractions of fans inside the gym because it's a private gym is probably a big key to why this gym is successful. Today we did sprints. We run a mile and a half and then I set up cones after the mile and a half for them to do sprints. They do about 2.5 miles worth of sprints. The last sprint, which is about 250 yards, it all depends on who's at the other end with Gennady. But today it was a young man named Kenneth McNeil, who's one of the sparring partners. Kenneth says, I'm going to get you to Gennady.
I called him out because he's a hard trainer, and I know if I could beat him, I'm on my way.
That says about 2/3 of the way you're going to quit because he's going to run you into the ground. I'm going to beat him,
Of course he won. It's like he just has another gear. You know, you can't explain it. I gave him all, and he just keep going. He works so hard, and it's a high altitude up here. And I really haven't got used to it yet, but he's used to it. And the guy just like a machine. He just keep going.
You know, it's strange how this whole promotion came about. You know, naturally, Canelo was clearly the first priority. So then, after Canelo wasn't a possibility, thought to fulfill Gennady's dream of unifying the division, made a big offer to Billy Joe Saunders. That didn't work out. That didn't go very far as the contract negotiations. Eubank Jr. had a fight. He called out Gennady. Said, okay, this looks good. It looks like he wants to fight. Eddie Hearn was very positive that the fight was going to happen. The contract didn't get signed. They blew through the deadline. So then he said, let me see if Kell Brook would take the fight. 2 hours later, he calls me back. He said, Kell will take the fight.
This is serious. This is very hard for us. Who next? I won't fight. Okay, just maybe one fight per year. It's not serious. Just okay. I go into 168. With who? Start. I go into 154 because I'm not big. Okay, with who? too much business. I love sport. Too much business, too much.
The fight against Kell Brook is really interesting. Kell Brook is not that well known in the U.S., but boxing fans know who he is, and we expect a tremendous show in the ring as Kell tries to make a name for himself. He's a young guy, who wants to go on to bigger and better things. So what greater thing can he do than defeat what some people consider the best fighter in the world?
We look forward to a tough fight with Kell. Kell is, I faced him once before with Carson Jones about 4 years ago. He was obviously a much greener fighter. Today he's a much better fighter. I want Kell to make sure that he gives his fans the kind of show that Gennady gives his fans. And if they do, we're going to have a hell of a fight.
I don't know, maybe he's ready. Okay, this is a difficult fight for us. He's not ready, I think it's a short fight.
Because of Gennady, we're getting a lot more attention. Not only myself as a coach, but the gym and the other fighters around him. But that's just part of the territory. Now it behooves us to train even harder. It forces us to be more prepared because of all the accolades and all the requirements and all the expectations of everybody around us.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody as strong as a puncher that he is in all my career of being involved in boxing, that has that kind of dedication, obviously is that overpowering. It was so obvious just watching him in the first stages of his training.
He kind of hit you with one of those punches like, I kind of look ahead to think, do I owe him some money or something? I know I don't owe Triple G no money, but that's how hard he hit. He hit like you owe him money.
This show, September 10th, two undefeated fighters fighting against each other. Undefeated welterweight champion against undefeated middleweight champion.
Just a couple days ago, my promoter, Tom Loeffler, he told me, G, and Kell Brook, he won't fight with you. I said, wow, it's big news for me because I know this guy, he's a very good fighter, very strong. He's best, his division.
For the first time in a long time, Kell Brook is going into a fight as a massive, massive underdog. That's not happened for quite a while. He's going up 2 weight divisions to fight, with no doubt whatsoever, the most feared man in boxing, Gennady Golovkin, pound for pound, unified world champion.
This is going to be a very, very hard fight. I've got to make sure that everything is spot on in training. We've got to do everything right. But anything short of that, I'm not going to come up with the goods. So we're going to put the hard work in the training. We're going to go through hell in this training camp. But that's what you need. That's what you need to do to reach greatness.
Hopefully this fight lives up to what all these smaller guy moving up to a bigger guy fights have given us as Ray Leonard and Hagler, Tito and Hopkins, De La Hoya and Hopkins. Hopefully this is the kind of fight that we all remember for a long time.
Right now, I'm very excited. I understand the situation. Right now, this is the biggest test for me and biggest fight. Thank you very much.